Let me tell you a little secret. A lot of times, pretty much every other fear is not real. A lot of times, a lot of these fears that we have are not real. I can break all these. I'm pretty sure I can break most of these fears. Now, I haven't thought about every single fear, but dang near every fear that you have is summarized into these two. These are these two fears that you need to overcome. And once you can overcome them and conquer them, man, if you can figure out how to be bold and act in spite of these fears, you become almost untouchable, bro. You become unstoppable. So this is simple, but it's not easy. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this up front. What I'm telling you is very simple to do, not easy at all to actually do. Like a lot of things in life. So if you can simply overcome these two fears, you become almost a superhero because a lot of people just can't overcome these. So now the first one, I'll group almost every fear under this first one. Okay. This first one that if you can figure out how to overcome, is getting over what other people's opinion of you are. Whatever their opinion of you is, if you can figure out how to overcome and not be so worried about what other person has to say, what to think about you, like a lot of times it's not even actual failure that we worried about. It's not the actual mistake. It's not the actual messing up or actual missing this target. It's not the actual, it's usually not the actual fear that we have. Think about it. If you fail, right, whatever your thing, if you didn't make the team, if you missed this shot, if you lost the game, if you whatever you're thinking about a failure of what if you mess up is, it's really not the actual failure that's bothering you. You missing this shot hurts your feelings because you don't want to be seen as a choke, as you're not living up to the hype, as you care, like you don't care about what people have to say about you, and you're not this you're not a great player, you're not clutch, or you can't shoot, whatever this the thought behind that is. You don't make the team, so now it's like, oh, she can't really hoop, she can't really play, she ain't even that good. She all man, she ain't even that good, bro. I thought she could hoop, bro. She ain't make the team. That right there is what the actual fear is. Not actually missing the team. If there was zero jumps behind missing the team, you wouldn't care. You just fight to get better to now overcome and do better and just make the team next time. It wouldn't be such a fear like I don't know if I make the team. No, it wouldn't be all that. But but your actual fear is the judgment behind it. It's not the actual thing that we're afraid of. It's our peers, our classmates, our teammates, our mom, our dad. What would the world think and say about me if this came out to be like? Came out to the light. People make mistakes all the time, but it's different when your mistake is all over social media and the whole world can see and judge you off of it. So it's not the actual fear and the actual mistake that we dread so much. It's not the actual mistake that we have. It's usually the fact that we know other people are going to judge us and we don't want to see their opinions about it. A lot of times people posting on social media, they turn the comments off. They hide comments from people because that public perception, that public voice is so heavy that we're fearful of what they're going to say if it's negative. But if you can somehow figure out to rewire your brain to where you might consume it and you see it sometimes and doesn't affect you and impact you so heavily, if you can act in spite of being fearful, man, I'm telling you, sometimes I don't want to post social media, bro. Just like doing this YouTube video right here. There's some YouTube videos where I'm like, I don't know if I want to post this, man, because I don't want to deal with the comments and stuff. I deal with that question a lot. And so I just sit back and I have to overcome that. And I post the videos in spite of that feeling that I have, that fear of that anxiousness or the concern about other people say. It's like it's not that nobody cares at all what they have to say, but it's you act in spite of that fear or that concern of what they're gonna say about this, what they're gonna do about that. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But you can overcome this one, man. You more power to you, my G, because a lot of people can't do that, man. That's what really holds people back, man. That fear of being judged and other people's thoughts really holds a lot of people back. But I know you're wondering, man, if that's number one, what's number two? What's the second one that most people can't get up on? Look, let's be serious, man. Stop playing around. All right. You didn't got too comfortable. You didn't got relaxed. You forgot that you still got people behind you chasing you right now. You still got people to catch up to. You think just because you win a championship or you had a pretty good game last time that you can relax now. We ain't worry about none of that stuff. Your goal right now is to look at how you were yesterday. Look at the player you were last night. Figure out how to be better than that person. Right now is you versus you. Your goal right now is to make progress in the person that you were last night, the person that you were yesterday. Be the person this week should be the person from last week. The person this month should be the person from last month. On the court and off the court. Personal development too. So right now, progress is the only goal. We ain't worried about what other people got going on. Focus on progress. It's you versus you. It's me versus me. So that right there is your mission. That's your goal. I don't care about who say the best in state is. Who I don't care about any of that. Your goal right now is to be better than you were yesterday. I don't care if you struggling to make the team. I don't care if you the last player they're looking at to make the team. We ain't worry about none of that. Your goal right now is to be better than you were yesterday. I don't care if you're the number one player in the nation. Could care less. Your goal right now is to be better than you were yesterday. So go ahead and get you one of these because you need that reminder because you got too comfortable. That's the issue. You got too comfortable. This can't get you comfortable right here. So go ahead, get you a reminder, get you like a flag hanging as a reminder to say progress is on the goal. Now this is internal. You judging yourself. I think this could be kind of tucked under the first one because you worried about what other people think about you causes you to judge yourself before they judge you. Just think about your parents, right? Your parents hold you to a certain standard where they expecting A's and B's now. So now you're gonna be judging yourself because, oh man, what if I got a 79, but this ain't good enough, man. What is my mom and dad gonna say? Now you're holding yourself to a certain standard now, based off of someone else's standard of you now too. So I think it kind of goes hand in hand. But sometimes we get so caught up in ourselves before we can even get other people to judge us to where their voice even matters. You feel me? So a lot of times it's the people pleaser thing or the level of not wanting to be judged that we hold ourselves to even higher standard where we become perfectionists now because we've been dealt the judgment of someone else. They held us at a standard at a 7 or 8. So we hold ourselves to a level 9 or 10 to being perfect now. Now the self-judgment, it keeps us down and keeps us fearful and keep us scared because we don't want their judgment and fear to hold us back now too. That's just kind of how it is, man. But if you can figure out how to give yourself the grace and the freedom to move on in spite of it, bro, stupid, man. So figuring out to say, man, I'm gonna go out here and turn my butt off, man, and not judge myself off of the missed shots and the mistakes that I'm making. If I trip up and fall while I'm running up this hill, or I'm jumping on this plyown box and I scrape my leg, or I drop this weight because it's too heavy, or I'm just my shot's not falling today and I airball a couple times. You're not judging yourself off of that, or not feeling the judgment from the random person in the gym that you probably might never see again, or if you do see him, probably won't remember them. Man, it's crazy what you can do, man. But figuring out how to fight and overcome these two fears, man, it makes you unstoppable, bro. Like it's stupid what you can do, man, if you overcome fears, man. So I'll leave you with this. At one point there was this group came together and they interviewed, I don't say interview, but they kind of question these people like, hey, what would you do if you knew that failure wasn't an option? If you went after this thing and failure wasn't, it was impossible for you to fail, you just go out, what would you be going after? What would you be doing with your life? And a lot of these people gave different, like, just different answers. I'd be journalist, or I'd be an artist, I'd travel the world and do this, I'd be doing that, all the different answers, right? And I forgot the exact number, percentage, whatever, but most of these people were not doing that. They were having a corporate job or whatever 9 to 5 job they had. And I think the bulk of it is, of course, is like the need to, like, this job isn't making money, so I can't do that and whatever. I can't be a journalist because journalists doesn't make enough money. Or if I start off, I'm making enough money because I got family to feed, whatever. But somewhere along the line, before you had a family, before you had these, responsibilities and stuff, you had this way that you had to carry. There was a pocket where you had options, and I think where that option became, well, you didn't choose the option to be, go after what your heart desired because you feared the thought of failing, and the thought of failing isn't just the self-judgment. It might play a part into it, but some of it is your parents judging you, saying, "This ain't a career you want to go down, brother. This ain't for you, man. Ain't no money. There's no money in that. Ain't no money in rap. Ain't no money in going to New York and being a dancer. Ain't no money. Like, who does that? Who goes to California and wants to be an actor? Like, that's pie in the sky, man. Go get a concrete job. Go be a stable job. Go get this. Go get that." That judgment and fear is what holds a lot of people back, man. If you can figure out to be respectful, to tell them no, and get out my face and do what you need to do anyway, and you put in the work behind it, you never know what can happen, man. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just giving you a different perspective to see from that. If you really want to make it, and I know it's X amount of percentage players that make it to D1 sports and the X percentage of that make it to pro sports. I get that. I'm not saying ignore the facts. Be very aware of the facts. Be aware of the enemy you're fighting against. But choose to be bold in spite of it. Is all I'm saying, man. Don't let the public fear and the self-judgment you have for yourself be the thing that holds you back, bro. So all I want to do is unlock your brain and see things from another perspective. That's all I'm doing here, man. So if you can overcome the self-judgment, you can overcome the public and peer opinions about you, what your mom and daddy say, your cousins, teammates, whatever. You're unstoppable, bro. So that's it, man. I really hope this helps you out and this frees your brain and thought things do differently, man. But like, share, subscribe, share this with somebody who you know, just like, man, if you can fight one of these two fears, man, and stop caring what people think about you as much and just act in spite of it, you untouchable, man. But that's it. Appreciate you. See you next video.